Yo, what up, what up, what up, what up? Y'all heard that theme music. Y'all see these beautiful faces. You know what time it is. It's the Let's Get Canceled podcast. I'm your boy, Big Tech Dog, your favorite friendly, lovable loudmouth.
And I'm Tommy with an H. I'm the voice of the people. I speak for y'all. Hey, yo, cousin.
What up, cousin?
You ready?
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
All right.
Let's get canceled. All right, listen, man. Tonight we got a topic that may hit close to home for some of y'all, right? So it's a topic that has been going around on social media for a while. People been saying it and they use it, and I don't know if I like it. So we'll talk about that in a minute. But first, Cuzzo, how you feeling, man?
I'm tired, boss. Dog tired.
I know why. Oh,
man. But it was a nice, beautiful day today. Definitely enjoyed myself. But again, it was boy, watch yourself there. But yeah, it was a nice, beautiful day. Nice, beautiful day, and feeling good, feeling refreshed. Still a little dog tired, but I'm good on my Fight the Fat campaign. We are back at it. I did get down to the 215. I actually got down to 211. I climbed back up a little bit to 214, doing a little bit of slacking and a whole lot of eating, but we're still making progress. We still haven't ballooned back to that 220. So we're doing a real good thing right there. How about yourself? How you feeling, man?
Man, for real, man. Congratulations, bro. That's good stuff. I'm feeling all right.
Appreciate it.
I'm feeling pretty good, man. I'm feeling all right. I'm feeling pretty good. So I did, me and you had talked about this before. I did schedule, like I was mistaken. Before I told y'all that I had a colonoscopy that was scheduled for this past Monday. It wasn't a colonoscopy. It was the meeting with the gastroenterology.
Enterologist, yep.
To schedule my colonoscopy. So I have that colonoscopy in September. So they scheduled it out. So, which I feel like I'm feel good and bad, because if it's so far out, that means that they didn't see nothing crazy that they needed to get to it right away, type of thing. So that made me feel all right. Feel bad because I don't want nobody going to my booty, man. Sorry, it's just not my thing. No offense to y'all who it is your thing. It's just not my thing. And on top of that, they said they need to do an endoscopy. So I said, so y'all got to get me from both ends. I don't know if I'm liking this at all. But I picked up the meds today. Like they put them in early, so they said just put it in the fridge and wait until the couple of days or whatever before the procedure. I'm hoping everything's gonna go well. I mean, I'm pretty sure everything's gonna go well.
It's
but
gonna be perfect. It's gonna be perfect.
Yet again, man. I'm telling all y'all, if you got some health concerns, or even if you don't, you're getting older, man. Go ahead and get yourself checked out, bro. Go ahead and get yourself taken care of. So that was good. It was good seeing you today, cuz like we've been doing this live thing for a minute. Yeah, man. We got down there, got to do some work for the family, which is apropos to our topic tonight.
Yeah, that's what kind of put me into this mode. There was a conversation that was had earlier today that put me into that mode. But before we even dive into that, go ahead and give the people your spiel. Let them know all the good things that is.
Hey, listen, man, we love y'all. Thank y'all so much for following us. Thank y'all for so much for rocking with us, man. If you like this, please, if you're watching this right now, I need you to hit that like button right now. Hit like, hit share. I need you to comment. I want you to subscribe wherever you're watching this at. If you're not following us on the Instagrams or the Facebook or the TikTok or whatever, I need you to follow us right now, all right? Hit that bell notification on YouTube so you are notified every time we drop new content right here on the Let's Get Canceled podcast, all right? Stop what you're doing right now. If you're watching right now, stop, hit that thumbs up button, hit like, subscribe to the channel, and then share it with somebody right now, all right? Please. That just helps us out. That's the best way you can support this channel. Also, if you like what you're seeing, you like what you're hearing, you want to catch up with us again tomorrow, this will be on all of your audio streaming platforms tomorrow. Anywhere that you listen to a podcast, you can find the Let's Get Canceled pod. Make sure you just search the Let's Get Canceled 1L pod, and you will find us. Just look for the logo, man, and we're right there. All right. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Thank you. So all right, we gonna rock this out, man.
Yeah. So earlier today we were there with Unc, And Uncle was talking, and he called my pops, and he was
Right.
like, "Hey, I got you guys here." He was like, "Man, it's good to see that the family is still together." He was like, "Man, me and my brother, we were on the phone just the other day for an hour and 50 some odd minutes." He was like, "I
Yep.
just saw something. I called my brother, and we just sat there and talked and talked." And then he was like, "I'm glad to see that my son can go over there and they hang out and then with his cousins, and it's just the family is all together, and through the generations that they stick together."
Right.
And as I thought of that, it took me to things that I've been seeing. Like you said, we see it on social media a lot where people are saying that, like, it's a flex, I own food with my family. That is something that I just do not see. I'll cut anybody off, even my family. I don't care. I got to protect my peace. Like those sorts of situations that I see constantly brought me to tonight's topic, because for me, saying that you are to a point where you will cut your family off is not a flex to me. I do not have an understanding of that at all. And this is something that, again, I want to bring to the public eye, because maybe there is uh, a different situation that goes on, a different point of view that I'm not fully aware of, because most of the people that I know and the people that I'm around have real strong relationships with their siblings, their parents, aunts, uncles, cousins, like the whole nine. And to now start to see more and more people saying that I don't talk to my mother. I could never understand that. I don't talk to my brother. My cousins. I don't talk to my cousins. And that, again, this is family right here. You and I, this is family.
Right.
So I don't see a situation, regardless of how this goes, that we'll cut this whole thing down, and because we're gonna protect family
Right.
over
Right.
everything. And that's my thing. It's always family over everything. And like Tupac say, we might fight amongst each other, but I promise you this, we'll burn this bitch down, get us pissed against
Yep.
all odds. Like that's how family works for me. It is a zero sum game. It's us versus everybody. You can come in, we will allow you to get into our circle and allow you to be a part of us, but there is nothing that's going to tear us apart. And again, I'm not sure how other people's family dynamics work, but that for me, and how we were and are, I just don't understand that side of life. So I just wanted to bring that point of view to it and see how you felt about that situation.
I am torn because I want to be clear when we're
Hmm.
talking about this subject. Well, and I want to be specific. We're talking about if you talking about you came from an abusive home,
Hmm.
or you've been touched, or whatever, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. That's different.
Right.
It is different, but that's, I won't give my, whatever. But
Right.
we're talking about you fall out with somebody, you have an argument, y'all have a real bad argument. You call each other names, you do all this other stuff, and now I'm never talking to them again. I don't see it. I can't
Right.
I can't fathom that. Like, so I tell you like this: if you and me fall out today and we cuss each other out, f you nigga, da 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 da, go through all of that stuff, you could call me tomorrow and be in need, and I'm still gonna come
And
through.
exactly.
I might still be mad at you and be like, I might not answer the text, but I'm gonna send the cash app. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You know what I mean?
Exactly. Or I'm
Like
gonna
I
reach out
don't,
to somebody and be like, "Hey, send this to this nigga, man."
right, man. Tell that nigga, man, just here, man. Just go on down there and go get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever that is, because that
Right.
family thing to me, and I guess because it was modeled to me that way. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
My aunts and uncles and my daddy,
Hmm.
they all talked. You know what I'm saying? Now, I will tell you this: my mom's side of the family was different.
Okay.
Now, they were splintered. My mom got separated early on because
Okay.
of situations. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So she lived somewhere else. And when I was a teenager, she found some of her brothers. Didn't
Okay.
find didn't find her last brother until, we're talking probably like 10 years ago, 10, 12
Okay.
years ago. And so, but even at that, when I met them niggas was a different breed. These are South Philly
Right.
niggas. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
And they still were like, "Hey, nephew, you good? Nephew, you all right?" And then when they came down, they respected my father as the head of the house. Like, so even street niggas
Right.
understood the dynamics. You understand what I'm saying? So I never saw that. Now I will tell you this. On my mom's side of the family, they had a family reunion one time, and they were arguing. They were going back and forth. And my dad stood up. We're talking the one who married into the family. He stood
Right.
up, and I remember him saying, and I don't know if he remembers this or not. I remember him saying, "Hey, I've seen a lot of families torn apart because of arguing. You don't
Hmm.
want to let something like this tear y'all apart." And I was
Hmm.
just like, man, that's dropping knowledge. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
To in a family that you were married into, that doesn't
Right.
know you, barely knows your wife. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
But
Right.
so that's different to me. I watch the way my wife's family interacts. I watch the way you mentioned the Richardsons before when
Right.
we were talking. If y'all watched the pod when we did the Richardson's family reunion, the cousins reunion that they did, I
Right.
was there. I'm not my cousin Tommy and then you. It was
Right.
my cousins.
My
You know what I'm
cousins,
saying?
right.
And that's
And
just
that's how it was
how it was.
always modeled. That's how it was always modeled to us. Like
Right.
the way that my father integrated his brothers and sisters with my mother's brothers and sisters.
Yep.
So now both sides of the family knows each other. They
Right.
come over and that's my uncle and that's my uncle, and it goes both ways with that because my father was the oldest, my mother was the oldest girl. They had their younger siblings during summers and that sort of thing. So when they would come
Right.
to Tallahassee, they had to go be with my mom's younger siblings. And they were all around the same age group. So they blended themselves together in such a way that that's how I expect families to be. I expect my wife's family is going to know my family. They're going to
Right.
come around the holidays and they're going to get to know, and everyone's going to see who they are. So if I see you in the street somewhere, I'm able to identify you and protect you if need be. So that to me is a huge thing. But to have someone say there is something that a family member can do that, again, barring something major and catastrophic, I just don't understand how to see and how it would end up being to a point where family does not talk to one another. What up? I see the edutainers in. The edutainers
Okay,
in there.
entertainer,
So
what's up, man?
and again, I did mention I was like people that I'm around with him and his family. I go around his family and they just like me. They're just like my family. They go on family trips every year. They're on cruises. They're in the cabins. Like him and his siblings and all of their nieces and nephews. Like that entire family gets together and does it that way. And again, I think that's just the way that I've seen it with all the people that I'm around, and the people that I hold close to me. They are raised similarly within the family dynamic of it's us versus everybody. It's us first.
Right.
My first friends were my cousins. Before anybody outside, like there was always Dirt. Dirt was around because his mother and my mother were good friends, so he was around. The first name in my book was his parents and him. So it's like this is like that's been my boy. Like when I tell you for lifelong, that's been my guy for 47 years. So like, but integrating with his family as a youngster, that was one of the places I knew I could go with that guy because his family dynamic was the same. All his cousins were my cousins, all his sisters were my sisters. Same thing when he came to my house. So my family even is so integral to my life. Like my wife is like, it's a bunch of y'all. It's so many of you guys. I love the way that y'all are. She was like, but it's overwhelming sometimes. And I get it. It is overwhelming sometimes when you come around us and all of us are together because it's a bunch of noise. But I don't think there's anything that any of them can do to me to where it's like I ain't fucking with them no more. I don't think there is a
Right.
thing that could happen where you just will not be with me.
If you think about it, I don't know if we're speaking from a place of just this is all we ever known and we're blind to what could happen, or maybe this is one of those situations where the people who are around us in our life wouldn't do anything that would trigger a thought of separation. And
Right.
I can't think of what that could be. You know what I mean? I remember this side, our dad's side of the family, right?
Hmm.
We're everywhere. It's like remember I told y'all I don't do like the pedicures and the manicures and all that stuff. Although I did recently get one. I got one, y'all. Hey, side note, nigga. I've had two. I got another one since the first one.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that was just it again, but my wife took me to a different place. And this one, they put a little wax on your feet and then she
Yeah,
massaged
in the
my
bag.
feet. Oh, in the bag, yeah, that whole joint. I was like, wait a minute, this is not
Welcome,
bad.
welcome, welcome to the party,
But
man.
what was funny is that we were in Myrtle Beach, me and my
Hmm.
wife on like an anniversary trip or something, and she almost had me to get it. I was about to go. All right, I'll go do it. And we were on the way. We were sitting down eating before we went to the nail shop to get the pedicures, and I got a phone call. Hey, cuz, I heard you in my city. Now I just knew there was nobody in this city that was a fan. Yeah, your dad told me that this and that. Da, 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 da. And I was like, wow, that was. And see, I almost got caught. I would have been sitting up there with my feet in the water. You know what I'm saying? But because we're so large, we're so spread out, I know you get it. Every once in a while, my dad will be like, hey, you remember so and so? I don't remember that nigga,
I
daddy.
do
I
not.
don't
I
know who
do
that
not.
is. You know what I'm saying?
But he's coming to your city.
Yeah, shit. I was grown when I found out there are people who don't mess with their family. That's what we talk about, Corey. Like we don't
Yeah.
understand that. We don't grasp that. What's this here? My mom's family is kind of close. My dad's family is not, and it's sad. What separates my mom's is mostly distance. My dad's is due to jealousy slash envy from ghosts past. And see, and I think that's one of those things where you're like, man, there are things that have happened in families that
Hmm.
people either didn't address or they didn't discuss. They don't do therapy, they don't do prayer, they don't do whatever the reason
Right.
is. But because those things stay in there, I'm a big believer in generational curses. Like because
Hmm.
things stay buried for so long that you just don't talk about it, but then you can't be around that person without feeling uncomfortable. And I
Right.
understand that. I just don't. I understand how that can happen. I can't understand that because I look around my family and I go, me and my brother, we done argued and fought and cussed each other out and all the other stuff. But if that nigga called, like not recently, but if that nigga called me right now, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've also had deep conversations
It's
about
cool.
therapy, about you know what I'm saying, about all types of stuff. Me and my brother, my sisters, they already know. My big brother is crazy, so I'm going to war about that. You know what I'm saying?
But
So
it's for me, it's there's nothing that I don't think there's can be a conversation about that will come to a conclusion of it's family. I'm love you anyway. Like that's the conversation. That's where the conversation will end. Now it may get rough and rugged getting to that point, but it's always going to end with, all right, hey, it happened, whatever it was. I don't think there's anything I can't get past with a family member to the point where, hey, I love you anyway, and I got you. Now, not messing with you no more. That's not going to be a thing. I don't think that could ever grow inside of me with like I got to protect myself to a point where they've used me this much or no, I'm just not going to do anymore. But there's never going to be I'm not going to mess with you no more. So that to me is a sticky situation. I was talking to Cuz earlier today. I was trying to get him to come on the show. He was just like, nah, it's a little too sticky. But he was like, there was a point where in the family dynamic, he was like, I saw some things and felt as a child that you're choosing something else over me. And there was some resentment towards that. But he was like, as I got older, I realized like, had she not done that, then she wouldn't have been able to make it where she needed to be if she was strictly trying to care for me as opposed to her house. And so
you
things
talking
had
about
to
big
happen.
cuz. You talking about big cuz.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And he was just like, if I didn't go, they wouldn't have made it. So yes, she had to do what she had to do to protect her house. And now that I look back on it, I had to go to protect for her to protect that, and for me to become who I needed to be mentally strong enough to come back to her and be like, hey, I get it now. As a child, you don't get it, and I think that's where you were speaking before. There's situations that happen that you don't understand as a child that you will hold those resentments on into adulthood, and I'm just not going to mess with them anymore, as opposed to having that understanding and having a conversation to bring it back to, but I get it now.
You know what's funny about that situation? That cousin, I at the time of that switch,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what was going on. I just knew my cousin who was always there is no longer
Right.
there. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I still don't know. And it's none of my business, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll tell you what I did do. I called my uncle
Mm-hmm.
when I because and this is gonna lead into what we're getting ready to talk about. because I needed some guidance on how to deal with that specific situation because
Mm-hmm.
I got into that same situation. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
wait, how do I deal with this? You know what I'm saying? And the only person I knew who was close enough for me to talk to like that was my uncle. Now, we never had the conversation. We
Mm-hmm.
never had the conversation until later, until we're talking about a year or so ago. But we're
Right.
talking 20 something odd years ago. I called him and I was just like, hey, I need to talk to you about something. And we did this phone tag thing for 3 weeks. And he was
Mm-hmm.
trying to get to me. When he saw me, he was like, hey, you still need it? And I'm like, no, I think I'm good. I think I'm good. And I still wish I would have had that conversation. But
Right. Right.
we had it recently, like maybe a couple years ago. Me, him, and her
Okay.
about my situation and
What they went
not too
through.
much about big cuz, but you know what I'm saying? But yeah. So yo, what's good?
What's
What's good?
good? What's
Yo, the
good?
Melanin
Welcome
Mindset
back.
is in the building. Hey, y'all,
They're
if y'all have
back.
not heard yet, man, the Melanin Mindset is back. And oh my God, they are on it already, bro. They came
Already.
out the gate hot, coming in
Yeah.
hot.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick though, speaking of family, man, I just want to give a big shout out real quick. We got our family is
Oh,
doing
look,
big
cuz he's
things,
doing
man.
it. He's doing it.
Yo, real talk. Shout out to Alton Richardson and True Worship. They just released that single is out from the new single is out everywhere. Go find it, go look it up, go listen to it. I'm telling you now, you will not be disappointed. Shout out to Alton Richardson and True Worship. They are doing their thing. I told you, our
Yes.
family is
Yes.
very
Proud of
talented,
that
very,
boy.
very talented.
Proud of that boy. Proud of that boy.
Now, on the topic of this thing, so
Blended
I
families.
yeah, I have 4 children,
Mm-hmm.
4 of them, and I always say I have 4 children. Now, my oldest is technically not my biological son. Not technically, he's not my biological son.
Okay.
Ain't nothing technical about it. You understand what I'm saying? So, uh, oh, look at that. We're doing Black Music in June. You better believe it. This is Black Music
Oh,
Month. You
Black.
know what it
Hey,
is. So,
we still in June? Is it June yet?
yeah. Oh, also, by the way, according to that, me and United Groove will be on the Melody Mindset sometime this month, in the month of June for Black Music Month. And
Awesome.
since
Awesome.
since we dropping jewels, I'll be at Rollins College doing a professor for a day on the 18th, the day before Juneteenth, and also for the city of Winter Park right here. We'll be out there doing a presentation, all for Black Music Month, and that's June 11th. So come holler at your boy if you're in town. Anyway, so my
Why we
oldest
can't
son,
get why we can't get United Groove on our podcast? I'm just trying since they came to my house and everything.
we
I was like,
came
oh,
and
we're
sat
gonna go
down and never
record
did
today.
shoot the interview. Right.
Never did interview. But
We'll do it.
but
We'll
I
do it.
digress. Yep, come on. All right.
So listen, we got I've got 4 children. My oldest son is my stepson. Well, he's not my biological son. I'll put it that way. I've
Right.
never referred to him as my stepson. Um, and his biological father is around. Like he was around. Um, early on, I took care. I stepped up. Like from the time
Mm-hmm.
I've been with his mom, I've been with my wife since he was a year old. We got married when he was 3 years old. He turns 25 in August. You understand what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So he's that dude right now. You know what I mean? His daughter, that's my grandbaby. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Um, and I've never had a problem with that. I had a conversation with him one time when he was younger. He had to be 13, maybe,
Mm-hmm.
and he was kind of acting kind of funny. He's never said to me, "Oh, you hate my daddy. You can't tell me what to do." None of that stuff. Because I told him early on, I was like, "Hey, the day he says that, we go in the backyard, right? Whoever makes it back in the house gets to stay. That's it."
Oh boy. Yeah.
But I will tell you this. I did tell him one time. Uh, I said, "Have I ever treated you any different than your brother or sister?" "No, sir." And I'm like, "And I never will. Now, if you want me to, I can. But I've never treated you
Mm-hmm.
like a step anything.
Right.
And I don't plan on starting now. But that comes with a lot of privileges, and it also comes with a lot of responsibilities. You know what I'm saying?"
Indeed.
So I know what it feels like to have a non-biological child choose outside of you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's
Got you.
As a stepfather, It hurts. It stings. But I've never lost that connection. He knows where he can come back to. He knows where I'm at. I still talk to him now. He'll call me and text me. He's in Thailand right now. You know what I'm saying? His baby stay at my house more than he do. So it is what it is. But the reason I bring up this stepfather thing is because of this. I want to play something for you, and I want to get your honest opinion. This has been going around. Full transparency. I'm not sure if this is a skit, if it's made up, but the topic is real. Let's play this. 100%. Watch this. Oh, I guess I hit the play button.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Dad.
Dad, I'm not your dad. Your dad is the one you chose to come to your graduation. What's up?
Dad, I'm sorry, but he didn't even show up anyway.
I keep telling you I'm not your dad. Don't call me that. But that sounds familiar. Don't surprise me. That's what he's been doing for the last 17 years, but you still chose him.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
Girl, what do you want?
Well, I got an eviction notice, and I was calling to see if you would help me out.
Look, baby girl, I'm sorry. I can't and I will not help you. Figure it out. Call your dad.
Bro.
That sounded rough, right?
Bro.
I want to get your raw take on that. What do you think about that?
First thing that sticks out to me is I'm not your dad. Stop calling me that. I told you I'm not your dad. Stop calling me that. That, to me, after 17 years, was that the first time he said that, or has he been telling her that for 17 years? Because it sounds like a place of hurt. It really sounded like hurt when he said, I'm not your dad, quit calling me that. Your dad is the man you decided you wanted to come to your graduation. That sounded like
I'm glad you said that. Let's see where the hurt started.
Okay. So that was her.
Hello?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, I got a question for you. I just left our daughter's house, your daughter's house, and you know she's graduating, and she was telling me that she wanted, I guess her biological father just came back into her life or whatever the case after 17 years, and she wanted him to come to the graduation, but in order for that to happen, I have to give up my ticket, and she told me that you knew something about this.
Yeah, I didn't know something about it. Is that a problem?
You don't think it's a problem? Like after 17 years? Like you don't think that's a problem?
No, I don't think it's a problem at all. Because if she want her daddy back in her life, put her daddy back in her life.
So you want me, so after 17 years, this dude come around, look, he can be there. But y'all want me to give up my ticket to let him come. Don't I pay for that entire graduation? I got her first.
You should expect.
Now, I want to point something out real quick. I'm gonna let this go. But did you hear what he just said? He said, I paid for that ticket. I paid for this graduation. And he said, I bought her first crib. Now, he's talking about the apartment that she was standing in the middle of, talking about that. But I felt that from somewhere deep down in here.
Right.
I never had that explosion of, I want my biological dad here. You got to stay out because my biological dad is here. I never had that. And matter of fact, me and his biological father have a pretty decent relationship. We don't hang out or nothing like that, but we see each other in passing. We kind of be in some of the same places sometimes. It's what up, bro? It's a pound. It's a hug. How you been?
Right.
How's the family? Whoop, 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 and we move on. You know what I'm saying? Like, so these good people, and I don't have no beef with none of that. But when he said that just now, it kind of got me a little bit.
Right, because you can't even imagine.
Right. Let me go ahead and give it a little bit more. Here you go.
Okay, and we appreciate everything that you did. But at the end of the day, it's still gonna be her daddy, and she wants her daddy to come back in her life. I don't see anything wrong with that.
Y'all trifling as hell, man. You mean to tell me? So what's up with you and him, y'all? Y'all back together or something? Because it has to be something to it. Because ain't no man after 17 years, ain't no man just gonna pop back up and I want to be at your graduation now. Ain't no man doing it. What type of man is he?
What you mean? What type of man is he?
Listen,
he's trying to come back in his daughter's life.
Any type of man.
I don't see nothing wrong with that.
But y'all in cahoots with trying to get me to give up my ticket that I paid for.
Come on, on now. Ain't nobody in cahoots. It's just that she want her daddy to see her daddy graduate. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, but you brought it to her. She told me you brought it to her. You brought it. You convinced her to do that.
Because we trying to build a family. We trying to build a family.
After 17
We trying to build a family.
After 17.
Who trying to build a family?
We're trying to build a family. Who? Hold up. But when he said, "Are y'all back together?" she was like, "Does it make a difference?" Huh? Oh, the wife betrayed him for sure.
Absolutely.
I feel that. I feel that.
Almost every kid wants their dad in their life. And you know what? I agree. Here's the problem. I don't think the problem is the relationship, not the biological dad and the daughter's relationship. That's not the problem. The problem is that, number one, the mom is pushing the idea. Mm-hmm. Number two, you want me to pay for everything for 17 years. You want me to do everything. You want me to play the role for 17 years. And when you don't need that role anymore, you think,
right,
then you want me to move aside and let somebody else come in and do it. Yo, I don't care. I don't care if it was the man down the street. I don't care if it was her granddaddy. I don't care if it was her favorite uncle. I don't care if it was her brother. Hey, they didn't have to be daddy for 17 years. I did that, and I didn't have to. I could have left you and your mama when I found out she had you, and then I could have been gone. But no, you stayed there and you did what you had to do. Here's the thing, bro, and I'm gonna get to the rest of it in a minute. And I think where it's paused at right now is so devastating, because that looked like it hurt.
You see him. Yeah, that hurt.
But to find out from a woman, I'm going to assume that you love her. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
17 years, you love something.
Right. You love something. But after 17 years, you mean to tell me that now I got to move out of the way and let somebody else take that spot, get the recognition? That graduation is what we've been working towards this whole time.
Right. I don't get to be there for payoff. That's like all the pumping, all the sweating, and then somebody else get to come and bust the nut. Like,
oh yeah, yep. That was graphic, but it's accurate. Let's go back to the video. Hold on. Let's go.
17 years. Yeah, after 17 years, I don't see anything wrong with that.
Y'all trifling as hell, man. Straight up. You know what? This is what I'm gonna do. Just like I told her, that apartment that I just got for her, I just went and pulled.
Now, see, you wrong for that.
I pulled the lease off of it. That graduation that I paid for, I'm finna go take all my money back. Matter of fact, I'm on my way there right now.
Now that's wrong. Now that's trifling. That's trifling.
So after 17 years, y'all kicked me to the curb. That ain't trifling.
So now you gonna give her like that?
I'm just supposed to give her my money. I'm supposed to give her my money. Okay. I took care of this girl for 17 years. Saw her through all her school. Was at all her little milestone. I was the man there.
You don't think she appreciate that?
I mean, the damn show don't.
She appreciate everything you do. But so now you're gonna do that to her?
I'm taking off.
You just gonna take everything from her?
I am.
You know that, and that's what you call trifling.
I am.
But you so-called want to be a daddy. But you want to be.
That's over with.
Man, come on.
That's over with.
That's over with.
Yeah, that's over.
So you want? So you gonna be out of her life just like that?
I'm done.
Just because of the graduation? Are you serious?
She told me that you convinced her to do it, and she old enough. She old enough to make her own decision. So she came to me and told me she wanted to give up my ticket that I paid for to a man that hasn't been there for 17 years. Right? And you don't want me to be at a graduation that I paid for, the money that I worked for and I spent and paid for, and I got her first apartment, and I'm getting kicked to the curb. I'm the bad guy now.
Ain't nobody said you was getting kicked to the curb. It's just that she want her daddy to come. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I don't see anything wrong with that.
You know what? Look, all y'all can go now, because I'm just finna take everything back.
Wow.
And I'm gonna let y'all handle that. That's how it is.
Hey, that wow is getting on my nerves.
They can't be married. They cannot be married. They can't.
I hope not.
They can't be married. And I know we said the wife, they cannot be married. But 17 years together, they better be married. But they cannot be married, because there's no way that the wife gets to push the dude who left 17 years ago and decides to come back, and you're pushing like, yeah, let's just go ahead and push your daddy out the way. He ain't gonna care. Push the nigga that raised you out the way. He's not worth this. You need this relationship with your dad. And the thing is, you can still have that relationship with your dad. He just doesn't have to be at graduation. He can stand outside graduation and hold up he can hold up some flowers or a sign or whatever it is after graduation's over. He could be there. He just doesn't get to see you walk across the stage. He can be there for all the celebration. But for me to have paid for you to be here, and then all of a sudden it's, well, yeah, we'll take the money, but you can't show. Nah, that just seems a little off to me.
And I got something to say on that. We got a little bit more to go on, about 34 more seconds. Come on.
That's how it is. That's
You wrong for that.
I'll be wrong. I'll be wrong. Don't worry about it. Hey, look, I'll tell you what. I'm about to get off this phone. I want y'all to go have a happy family together because I'm out.
Oh, you wrong.
Yeah, that's right. Sure right. Like I'm supposed to just stick around and let something like this go down, man. I've been there for 17 years. Man, I ain't trying to hear that crap, man. Straight up.
Then they say cry in the car, buddy. Cried in the car.
Yeah. So here's the thing. There's a couple things about that whole situation that bothers me. Well, I mean, most of it bothers me.
Right.
Here's the thing. I think I'm with you when you say they can't be married, because in that situation, right? Not even that he can buy his own ticket. You won't mind. I paid for the ticket. You still trying to be brokey over there and don't even buy your own ticket. This is crazy. This is crazy. But here's the thing. If I was in that situation, and I'm not, let's be clear, I'm not.
Right.
I think I'd be more mad at her than I am at the daughter. Because in that situation, I think this might speak to the conversation you had earlier. In that situation, you would expect your wife, I hope they're not married, but I don't know. You would expect your significant other to protect you in that situation. You know what I'm saying? There's an obligation. If you've expected me to take on all the responsibilities of a father, then I should have all the privileges of a father. I already missed out on one privilege. I didn't get to make the nigga. You know what I'm saying? So like I shouldn't have to miss out on those. And I'm a dad. The proudest moments in a dad's life is when your child is those milestones, graduating, coming out of kindergarten, going into big boy school, you know what I mean, a big girl school, that high school graduation, college graduations, signing that contract to go do whatever it is you love. Like all things that I've gotten to experience, you know what I'm saying? Having your first kid, bringing you a grandchild, that even the falls, even the when they step out and they think they know everything they want to do, and them having to come back to you and say, "Hey, Dad, I need your help."
Right.
That was, and I try real hard not to be specific about my kids, but like my oldest son, the one that's playing over in Thailand, he got scammed in the beginning, and I won't go into details, but he called me. He needed some money, and he needed a passport. And he's gonna do this, and the third. And I told him, I said, "Nah, that don't sound right to me. Nah, it's gonna be cool. I don't have it to give you to get. Now, I had it in my pocket. I had it.
Right.
I'm telling you, this is not a good look. I don't trust it. You know what I'm saying? Look into this. No. And I told him then. I said, told him what's gonna happen. I said, they're saying this now. You're gonna give them this. And then it's going to be some other delay, and they're going to say, all we need is that. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened. After that, I was talking to him on the phone, and I said, so what's going on with, and he goes, yeah, no, I didn't expect him to grovel and come back. I didn't say, see, I told you behind not do this, But what I heard in his voice, and he was like, he was coming back to me to show me a real contract. Show me a contract. He sent it to me, said, can you look over this for me? Can you look at this and tell me if this is legit, And we went through like that. Just him coming back and saying, can you do this for me? Can you look at this?
You saw growth.
Right. That's all. And that milestone to me was wonderful. You know what I'm saying? And this is after he had left and all this other stuff. So I see this. I've never experienced what this father is going through. I've never experienced that.
But for this particular scenario, I understand the woman did that wrong. And even if you had gone through something like this, going back to the first video, and I think this is where I'm going to end it all with this particular question. If she made this decision that her mother told her, we'll let your stepdad or the guy who's been raising you for 17 years, we'll kick him to the curb so that you can have a relationship with your dad. Your dad doesn't show up now, and you are in a tight, and I'm about to get evicted. Can they still call you for help? Or is this one of those situations where I'm done with y'all now? You're completely on your own because you hurt me in this one situation. I'm not going to help you out ever again. I'm going to let you fall flat on your face and just going to watch it. Is that something that you think you could allow to happen? Because for me, I don't have any kids. I've been around a bunch of kids, and none of them have let me down to this point. But I don't think there's anything that they could do to where it's like, yeah, I'm never going to help you again. You hurt my feelings.
Think it's gonna be that.
So now you get to suffer, and I'm going to watch you suffer. I don't think I can watch a kid suffer through something like that, especially if I have the means to fix it.
I could.
If you have the means to fix it.
Absolutely.
They're cut off.
No. So see, there's the thing. I don't think there's ever an instance where the words that came out of his mouth to that girl could ever come out of my mouth to my son.
Okay. Right.
Never. Now, could I let him fall on his face and get evicted from that apartment?
But for me, I'm thinking for that specific reason. Because you hurt my feelings. You hurt my feelings, so I'm not.
Not just because you hurt my feelings.
If you make some horrible life choices that get you to a point where you see either you're getting evicted and have to move back in with me because you messed up the money you did, like that sort of thing. Right. Like my parents would definitely let me fall on my face if I made some horrible life choices. My mother told me before, like, you go to jail, don't call me, I'm not coming. Like these sort of things, you make some horrible decisions, I'm not coming to get you. You just got to deal with it, unless it's for XYZ reasons. So she gave me my parameters when I went away to school in West Virginia. She gave, if you go to jail for this, and this, don't call me. If somebody does XYZ to you, you know you got us for that. So if you commit a crime, don't come to my house. I'm calling the police on you. I'm sending you to jail. So these were the parameters, because I know, again, there's an expectation of me to hold up the standard, and if I fall short of that standard, then I have to deal with the consequences. But if it's a situation where something got done to me and I need some help, they would be there to help. I don't think there's anything I could do to where they were like, nah, he hurt my feelings, so we're not going to help him.
Not just because, not just because
that man said no because his feelings were hurt.
No, he said no because he felt abandoned and used. That's different. And I don't know that, like, if he came to me right now and okay, I'll give you an example. This nigga called me when he was in school. He called me when he was in school and he was short on his rent. And he had a scholarship, but the scholarship, because it wasn't like D1, the scholarship paid for this stuff, and then he got a stipend. Which was supposed to go to paying for this other stuff, the room and board, like some of the room and board and all this other stuff. Well, he was short on his part. He had a couple of roommates that were on the team. He called me up and he needed some money. All right, cool. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, what did you do with your money? And he said, yeah, I made some bad decisions. I made some bad choices, blah, blah, blah. And he was straight up. So I gave him the money, paid it. He showed up at the house maybe like a week later. The nigga had new chains and tattoos and stuff. And I was like, you ain't telling me you was wearing the new, because if I would have known that, I'd have been like, you got to leave them chains here for collateral, nigga. Hey, son, I never did get that money back, by the way. I know, I don't think I forgot. I ain't never get that money back.
Boss, my bad.
But listen, so that's what the situation.
The grandbaby got it now.
The grandbaby got it. She can have anything she wants to. But in that situation, bro, there are in his situation that's different. I don't think, again, even if I was in that situation, I don't think those words could come out my mouth. Could I let her get evicted at that point? Yeah, I probably could. For that, in this parameters, huh?
Can she come back to your house after being evicted?
Yeah, but we got to have a conversation. We got to, more than likely, we need to get a therapist involved. We need to because I need a safe way to explain to her how her actions affected me.
So how
Because
do you have a conversation with her mother first?
no, because I don't need her mother at that point. And this is where my difference is, because my beef.
You can leave her mother. You can leave her mother and that's still your child.
But right, I could.
Okay,
And that was before I got married. That was what I had to really sit with myself and think, because I don't believe in hanging like stringing kids along.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So if I'm going to allow you to call me dad, if I'm going to call you my son, that's a level of a bond.
That's a lifetime deal.
Right. Me and your mom, that's a different level of a bond. So if this bond breaks here, that does not mean that this bond has to break. Now, it may have to change. It may have to look different. And if your mom goes off and ends up with somebody else or whatever, I may not, but you can always pick up the phone. If I change my number, you always gonna have that number. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of thing. That was something that, and I've never told anybody that. I had to sit down with myself and think that through, like, because if this doesn't work out, what is my relationship gonna look like with him?
Right.
And even now, he's grown and got his own woman and his own kid. If something goes wrong here, what does that relationship look like? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And to me, what I rationalized in my head is that relationship doesn't change.
Right.
It may change forms, it may change venues, but you'll always be my son. That's always my granddaughter. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how that goes. So yes, she could. You get kicked out of there, but yeah, you could come back. You can come stay with me. We need to have a conversation though, and it's got to be, because I don't, as much as a good person I think I am, I don't know that I could treat her the exact same, with the same compassion in that situation. I believe that I could help. I believe that I could make sure she's not homeless.
Right.
But and now saying that out loud, maybe I would pay it just so I wouldn't have to deal with that. If that makes sense.
Gotcha.
Maybe I would pay it just to keep you over there and leave me alone. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But the things that came out of his mouth, I could never say. I could never.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying this from a place of ignorance where I'm just guessing how I would react. I have a similar situation, not to his situation, but a similar relationship dynamic.
Right.
So I don't believe that I could ever say those things to my son, period. So look, she always, like, that was my family. This goes back to the family thing, bro.
Yeah.
When they met my wife and him, oh my God, that was it. My mom will tell you to your face that he's the one that made her a grandma. He's the one, like he's the one. That's that whole thing. My wife has always been my sister's sister. You know what I'm saying? My wife has always been my parents' child. Like, it's been that way. But my cousin's cousin, they all, you know, when you met her, like, it was just like we all together. This is how it goes.
She with me. Yeah, that's me. She mine. Yeah, and I'm ugly. That's just how it is.
She does call you that, right? This whole protect my peace culture has gotten a little out of hand, and I think that's where I'm at with that. Like, I understand not allowing anybody, including your family, to throw you off your square, but this whole shunning and throwing away family for that reason, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that.
That could be a thing.
I can create distance. I don't have to be anywhere near you.
There's going to be a boundary. There's got to be a boundary. Yeah,
absolutely.
But there's never going to be a disconnect. There cannot be a disconnect.
Right. Look at this. Look at this. This is my sister on here. Nappy Dreamer said he had a whole stash in my room and nobody else could have it but him. He been spoiled. You absolutely right. And I had to deal with that nigga. As a side note, let me tell you a story. Let me tell you a story real quick, and then we're gonna get out of here because we have 49 minutes, but we did 10 minutes worth of intro, so we good. So listen, one of the best lessons I ever learned from my dad came after I was married, and me and my wife and my son, early on, me and my wife and my son go over to my parents' house, and I had already had that talk with him. Hey, listen. Don't get over here begging. Don't be asking about, you know the talk. All y'all know the talk. I said, look, you ain't have no candy. You ain't have, because he had done something. I don't know what it was. He got in trouble. And so you can't have nothing. I get there, the first thing your auntie does is come here, baby, and gives her eye. Say he can't have no candy. Ma, he can't have no candy. My baby can have a little bit of mommy. He can't have no candy now. You know what I'm saying? What I felt like Bernie Mac. I said he can't have no goddamn cookie. You know what I'm saying? But so she and I'm fussing. I get into it with my mom. Like, and by get into it, you know what I'm like. I'm like, no, Ma, I already said that he can't have blah, 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 blah. And my dad pulled me aside and he took me outside. He said, let me ask you a question. He said, you the head of your household, right? I said, yes, sir. He said, what you say goes. Yes, right. He said, so why are you yelling? And I'm like, because his point was, if you run things, if you the boss, say what you got to say and then leave it alone. The real boss don't have to make people know that they the boss.
Right.
And that showed me that I don't have to be so boisterous just to get to be the man. You know what I'm saying?
And also that grandma is the boss for real.
Yeah. Right. And then the whole thing was is like, do you really want to fight that fight? And I learned you got to fight your battle. Pick your battles.
Pick your battles, man. Pick your battles for sure.
But anyway, man, like y'all tell us what y'all think about this situation. What do you think about the overall topic of, you know, this family cutoff thing? Is this a thing for real? And then also, what about this specific situation? Are there any step parents out there? Step parents, step children, maybe. Like how do you feel about the step parent? You know what I'm saying? I think that'd be a good question. Like I'm gonna ask him that one day. Just be like, how do you think things went? Did you think I treated you wrong or treated you different or whatever? You know what I mean? I asked him that when he was like 12, 13, but I haven't asked him since then. But man.
It's been over 10 years. So yeah, see how he feels. It went, especially with the other kids that came along. Like, okay, do you see any change in how things went? Yeah, so that'll be a good conversation to have for sure.
And he's
if you're in here right now, hit the like button right now. If you're in here, hit the like button. Hit the like button. Stop right now. Hit the like button.
Please.
I see a couple folks in the chat. Hit the like button.
Yeah, they're over there.
Hit the like button. I see some thumbs. Give me some thumbs.
That's right. But anyway, cuz old man, like, listen, man, I think this is a good conversation. I think it's a good time to have the conversation. Y'all tell us what y'all think, man. Let us know what y'all think about the whole thing.
Yeah, man. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all being here, cousin. We ain't been canceled yet, so we're gonna have to do this again next week.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do it next week, man. We'll be back in here. Y'all know what it is.
Straight up. Happy birthday, T1. Happy birthday. Love y'all. Boy. Love you, boy.
Love you, man. You be easy, boy.
For real though. Get some rest, nigga.
I'm getting ready to in just 2 seconds, because boy, oh boy, that was a trip. Yo, y'all be easy, man. Peace.
Love y'all.